Hello, trading is closed on July 19th, 2016. We had a MEJT target of 2164.31. We gapped under it, satisfying the target. The target then became resistance here and again here. During the day, the only MEJT call was that that drop would not stick and that prices would retrace, which they did. This is generally a positive formation. You gap down, hit a series of new lows, can't hold on to any of them. However, if we gapped under these lows or gapped down and traded under them promptly, the positive implications of the pattern would be killed. It isn't impossible because we have a wall into the close, which often leads to a gap down. However, this is a pattern which typically leads to a zoom into the close, and when you don't zoom higher than this into the close, typically you zoom up when the market reopens. If that doesn't happen, it has very negative implications. I should say that on Friday's close, I said if we didn't gap outside the range, we should close little unchanged. We should close very little changed. Close here was 2161.74. If you look at these 2 days, we closed about 2 points away from that price. So if this formation is still active, there should be a large move when the market reopens. This is the most likely count, I think. Here's your A down, here's your A, B, probable C, D. I'd like to see one more wave up for E to complete the pattern, but it's not required. You could have topped out here, and even though I'm not a believer in cycles, there is a cycle of somebody else which topped out exactly on the day of the high. We also have a sequential sell signal with an early bar 13 on the 78-minute chart. I would like to see us gap up and hit bar 13 for real, but I don't always get what I want. We already, by one way of counting, have a sell signal, a combo sell on the weekly chart. We have a bar completely over the upper band. Those tend not to stay there very long, and it's a sign a reversal under this upper band is coming soon. For tomorrow, I think we're going to have a strong gap and move outside of the day's range quickly. I think that the majority of the time with this formation, the gap would be up. I would like to see us hit the upper 2170s, typically towards the end of next week. However, if we gap under these lows and start dropping, it's possible the top's already in. It's not my first choice, but I think we're so close to the high here that if it did happen, I wouldn't argue with it. And that's today's call.